Thank you very much, Your Excellency, the Ambassador of China to Nigeria, and the Honorable Director General, Federal Radio Corporation of Nigeria. Thank you very much indeed for this milestone that you have covered for us today. The Mandarin language, which is the Chinese language, is going to take off now on the Federal Radio Corporation of Nigeria, thanks to your efforts. Sir, but we have a few questions we want to ask you. First is to the Ambassador of China. What is the aim of the Chinese government for bringing Chinese language and culture to the global stage?
Well, thank you so much. Good afternoon. I still feel very excited of the moment that we just launched this wonderful program. This is a very volatile world, and we have seen a lot of instability, uncertainty, and it is my belief that when people exposed to multiculturalism, and then I think people would turn to understand each other better. It's like Nigeria. Nigeria is a multicultural nation, country. So, there's no surprise. When I arrived in Nigeria, I find that Nigerian people are peace-loving people. Nigeria is a peace-loving country because this is a multicultural country. And then people understand each other. So for China, we would like to introduce the Chinese culture to the outside world to let people have a much better understanding of China. And of course, after they know this, they could go to China to see by their own eyes. So the idea boiled down to one sentence is to understand each other better and to increase the order for peace and stability and to decrease the order for war and conflict.
Thank you indeed. What informed FRCN's partnership with the Chinese Cultural Center for this program, Nihao China?
Well, like I mentioned during the launch of the program, the Nigerian government recognizes the importance of our relationship with China. We've been doing everything possible to deepen that relationship. We have so many things common with China. We all have very huge population, multicultural, multi-ethnic, multi-religious societies. And so these similarities, you can only enhance it when you understand. Communication is very, very important. Language is the vehicle through which mankind socializes. So if we teach the Chinese language, China is becoming increasingly important. Every day, the importance of China is not lost on anybody in this world. So it's important that such an important country, and given that Nigerians are people who like traveling, we have Nigerians, there's no country in this world where you don't have Nigerians. I know that we have a huge population of Nigerians in China. So, and we partner with them. So the sooner we learn to speak the Chinese language, I think the better for our people. So this is the essence of our introducing this program.
So how is the FRCN positioned to bring the Chinese language and culture to Nigerians through this program, Nihao China?
Yeah, as you heard again during the launch of the program, it's not only the language that is going to be taught. Chinese culture, Chinese way of life, Chinese technology. We want to bring as many Chinese people resident in Nigeria as possible to engage them on this program. So and we think that the Nigerian people will gain a lot by this interaction. The Chinese will also learn a lot. I always tell my Chinese friend that one thing they need to learn from us is like our way of dressing. We have not abandoned the way we have been dressing, even before the colonialists came. The Chinese have abandoned that. I think they have something very important to learn from us. And we hope that this program is going to be interactive. At some stage, we're looking forward to expanding it and so on and so forth. So this is, so we have many platforms. It's not only going to be on audio. It's going to be on, we're going to leverage technology, on all our media platforms, on Click Niger, on online portals, everything on our website, So we want to bring this to the doorstep of as many Nigerians as possible. Especially we are going to target young people in particular, because they are the future of our country. And if they learn the Mandarin language, then because of this huge relationship, very important strategic relationship we have with China, I think we'll benefit much better if we learn to speak the same language.
What does your government intend to achieve with the program Ni Hao China on the network service of Radio Nigeria?
China and Nigeria enjoy excellent bilateral relations, and this relationship was upgraded by our two presidents last year to a comprehensive strategic partner one. This relationship have a lot of aspects. Of course, it includes government to government. We have business, trade, and also, it's boiled down to people exchanges. So this program, I believe, is going to increase the mutual understanding between our two countries, because this relationship is built on mutual respect and win-win. By providing this platform, this program, I think many more Nigerian people will get to learn Chinese, Mandarin, Chinese language, and also they will get to know, understand China better, Chinese culture, Chinese food, Chinese economy. As mentioned by the Honorable Director General, that we have seen a lot of Nigerians travel to China. And I think if they listen to this radio platform, it will certainly facilitate, equip them much better when they travel to China. And also, it's going to provide opportunities for the young Nigerians. I would say for Nigerians, particularly the young Nigerians, because this program, people could learn Chinese. And now we know that the trade volume between our two countries have surpassed $20 trillion US. So Chinese President Xi Jinping announced that we are going to grant zero tariff treatment for all the African countries that have diplomatic relations with China, including Nigeria. So as ambassador, I would anticipate that we will see an increase of our trade volume. So we will need more experts, like bilingual, people who could speak Chinese language and Nigerian language. So I think it could provide opportunity for young Nigerians to participate more in China, Nigeria trade, investment, education, so on and so forth. So we anticipate there will be a lot of outcomes through this program.
When you say people who can speak Nigerian language and Chinese language, are you talking of Chinese people who can speak Nigerian language too?
We do, as mentioned by Honorable Director General, that actually many years ago, China already on our radio channel, we already have a Hausa language broadcasting channel. So this time, I think we opened this one. Thank you.
Okay, so can you just tell us in a nutshell, what does Ni Hao China mean?
Very simple. It's hello, China.
And the last question will be for our DG. What would be your parting word or advice to Nigerians?
Well, my parting words to Nigerians, especially the young ones, I'll urge them to embrace this program. Like I said, they are the future of Nigeria. And in the future, Nigeria and China are going to assume even a more important place and role in global affairs.
Yes.
You cannot ignore these two countries. If we learn their language, they're also learning our language like us, especially Hausa. A lot of Chinese. There was a delegation from a Chinese university to this office sometime either early this year or late last year. And one of them signified interest in coming back here to learn the Hausa language. So, yes, he's a PhD student in a Chinese university. So they're also learning our own. So it's important that we learn theirs because our trade and relationship is expanding every day. So I urge young Nigerians to take advantage of this because the more languages you speak, the better global citizen you become. And China, the Chinese language, Mandarin, is an important language because more than 1.5 billion, because there are many ethnic Chinese in countries like Malaysia, Indonesia, Singapore, you name it, not only in mainland China. We have people speaking Chinese in many countries around the world. So you cannot ignore close to 2 billion people. They constitute a significant population of global population. So it's important that we learn their language and culture.
Thank you very much, Your Excellencies, for your answers to our questions. And you heard them. It's like the Chinese language has come here and it has come to stay. So we say ni hao China, ni hao Nigeria as we take off. Thank you very much, sirs.